simple life. It doesn't have much. It doesn't worry him where you're going. Yeah, nowhere.
Here's just a quick update on my 91 GE refrigerator. Excuse the screaming bird. He's really pissing me off right now. Yes, I have a bird now. Had it for about 6 months. I like him. I forgot that birds are extremely annoying most of the time. Anyway. This fridge, you know, when I got it, it was from my friend's house that he bought. He was going to keep the original appliances, but since he rented it out, he figured it would be better just putting newer appliances in, so he replaced this thing with some piece of shit little Frigidaire that I know is going to break in a few years. But in the dishwasher, he replaced it with a Bosch. There's a TFX 20RMB refrigerator. This is the same fridge I've had the first video of. I just put the plastic that was on it back on. I cleaned it up. The original condenser fan, I have balanced the blade and put the original blade back on, because the other blade that I put on it temporarily was slightly less pitched. It was from a GE TBX, I think a 14 or 15 something cubic foot little fridge, and the blade and the motor were identical, but the pitch was less, and I figured instead of bending the whole blade a little deeper and risking throwing that one off balance, I'll just, you know, tweak the one or fix the one blade that got tweaked on the original one and put it back in. So I did that when I did the ice maker. The ice bucket has been replaced with the original model and the original part number. The ice maker, not the bucket. The ice maker itself is original to the fridge. This bucket is from a slightly newer model that would be blue and white. The controls would be blue and white, but it's the same fridge otherwise. The crushed ice works, as does the cubed ice. As you can see, this maker works. There's an inline filter in it. It's actually making ice right now. This is the third time I've shot this video that something didn't happen. It's a very nice fridge. Door gaskets are good. There's a tiny, tiny little tear in the bottom of this door gasket, but other than that, we're fine. The only reason I put the black plastic on the front is because it didn't match anything else in the kitchen. The stove's, you know, white or black and like an ugly gray. It's a Hot Point thing from like the early 2000s. The dishwasher I got from this is I'll show that. It's an old KitchenAid. It's a Hobart KitchenAid Imperial. I'll do a better video of this at some point. And now I have this microwave in here because the red Kenmore I had decided to shit itself, and I haven't been bothered to fix it. So I'll make a video of that too. All in all, aside from, you know, cleaning the condenser coils, because I have 2 labs, and this fridge is only about 6 or 7 feet from the front door, so there's a lot of dust that comes in, and that and my 2 dogs shed a lot. And then we also have a lot of times, like, you know, one of our friends' dogs, like family friends' dogs come here a lot. Like my mom has a friend that has 2 labs as well, and they come here at least every few months for a week when they go away. And we have another one that has a German pointer, which doesn't shed as much, but she's still she's a short-haired pointer. It sheds. So yeah, and she used to have a lab, but unfortunately he died a few months ago, which sucks because he was a good boy. He was Brutus's little, like, he was his like best friend. It was funny when Brutus was a little puppy. They used to run around so much, and Elvis was the other lab, and he used to go so easy on Brutus because Brutus is just a little puppy. But that's a talk for another day, because I'll go on all day about that. You know, I've been extremely happy with this fridge. I have not seen any increase on my electric bill, even though this fridge claims to pull 11.6 amps. That's full load, probably 90 plus degree ambient temperature, high humidity, fridge doors opened a lot, or when the fridge is first turned on, cooling it down, cooling down the fridge cavity and everything inside of it. So when we lost our power over the summer, it was probably pulling around that for at least a little while. Or that could be the startup current too. Or maybe they rated it for the locked rotor current for the compressor, because the locked rotor current on the compressor I think was somewhere around there as well. So I don't know what the hell that rating is, but I know it does not take 11.6 amps. It probably takes 3 or 4. I'm going to put a kilowatt meter on it at some point, but I'm sure it takes 3 or 4, maybe 5 amps. Because like I said, I've had no increase on my electric bill when I started using this versus the 2005 GE, which claimed to pull 6 amps or 6.5 amps. Which is now in the basement of the house that this came out of. I gave it to my friend. And I also have a 96 Whirlpool top mount freezer, regular white fridge that I'll make a video of too at some point. It's an 18 cubic foot. But I just wanted to do an update on this, show everything's working. I really should stop opening this, but it doesn't matter at this point. Everything's been good on it. Everything's original except for that ice bucket. And, well, I think the light bulbs and that's about it. Oh, the door switch. Down, I think on the fridge side, I broke getting it in the house, but I had an extra one, so that was the only other part I replaced, but that was my fault. So anyway, thanks for watching.
Happy the man. He leads a simple life. It doesn't have much. It doesn't worry him where you go.